the second thing is, and I want to just play with this a moment with you, if I may present it to you. You know, in the beginning of becoming a child molester, when a person starts moving into that valence, they often don't realize until afterwards that something alien to their normal mentality is taking them over, and they'll do something that at the time they think is harmless, but in fact is a step after a step after a step that ultimately puts them in a situation of such temptation they lose control and molest. And only afterwards can they go back and retrace that pattern and say, it started back then and I didn't understand it. That's why I say it's a compulsion. It's not the same thing as saying the person is a child molester. It's the compulsion that is the molester, and it infects them, and the infection starts when they were abused.
This is something that happens to somebody that affects the rest of their life and affects future generations because it's transmitted.
Well, and that's the real issue. What's not resolved will be reproduced. And that's the great thing about Jake here, is that obviously he has dealt with these so-called demons. And obviously, in a perfect world, we'd love to get to these 5-year-old kids. But why the math and the statistics tell us that if we don't get to them, a lot of these, victims become predators. It's an awful cycle that we've got to find a way to end.
And Jake, I got to go to break, but one other thing is that people have to be motivated to get better. That's the hard part in this thing. They have to really want to get better. Yes, and like in any compulsion or addiction, getting them to sign on to that is sometimes the hard.
As we heard in the previous recording, we see the way that Jake Goldenflame describes and defines pedophilia. He likened it unto an infection. And we know with all infections being brought on by a virus, that strong strands of viruses mutate over time. And this mutation, when it comes to pedophilia, has done exactly that, and it has done it in a very, very meticulous and a very peculiar way. When I had my first encounter with the beast when I was 7, there were ways in which people described it after that event. They described it as Chester the molester, or the pervert that lurks outside of a window, just watching people as they go about their daily happenings, robing and disrobing, becoming naked, unbeknownst that they're being watched. So this Chester molester would offer sometimes candy in these scenarios. Candy being the sweet, alluring bait that would have these shiny wrappers that would lure young children. What young child growing up that does not like candy? It has a sweet taste to it. Part of the taste is what will have a child, craving something that is not really, that nutritious. But because of the sensory mechanisms and the taste buds that are being utilized, it sends signals to the brain. And those signals indicate some type of fulfillment when it comes to pleasure. So this is why this was utilized by the molester to lure and to grab the attention of children, because children were being raised to see candy as a treat, something that you got for being good. If you went to the doctor, upon leaving, you would be given candy, and even sometimes the dentist, and that always confused me. But now that we've evolved and we have accumulated wealth of knowledge, we can understand that, receiving those gifts are not to our benefit, even though we may have participated in them. So as time has gone on and we as beings have evolved, so has this beast. And so this beast has now gone from just offering candy with the shiny wrapper. They, have begun to offer other things, money, toys, trinkets, promises of endless fun, creating scenarios with trips maybe to Disneyland or to some amusement park, or even giving them the lifestyle in days time of actually being in this wonderland, whether it be in, their households, where they create these shrines and these memorials to fund. And so they create these, lures to attract the attention of these children. And as the decades progressed, the alluring nature of this beast has evolved that it no longer targets children. It has now targeted their parents. It has now gone from, okay, let's capture the child, because now those ways are known to the public. So people are beginning to create defense mechanisms against the beast in that respect. So the beast is not able to have the amount of success when attempting to attract children with shiny little trinkets and objects and sometimes candy. So this beast has now mutated / evolved to target the parents. To target the parents as an attachment to the lure to get to the child. So what do I mean by that? You see a scenario where you have a parent situation that is deficient. And most families are facing some type of deficiency. And people are broken, their situations are broken, their families come together and build in a broken nature. You have broken families that come together to make, a nuclear family. And so because of the broken state, there needs to be support. And because of the way that society is built up, there's not a natural process of just throwing a blanket out where there's just incorporated that there is support and help for these broken situations. So because of that, the beast is able to come in and take advantage of that and create in its mutation a system that comes in and gives tremendous support and appropriate support, which makes the broken family feel comforted in that. They feel confident in it because it's giving a service that is effective when it cannot be found effective in any other aspect. So they see this as something good, as something shiny, and it's something that's sweet that is able to add to their family strength. So the beast knows this. So he takes these concepts and present them to broken families, and the families take it and grab a hold to it. And because they take it and grab a hold to it and they see it as such value, then they begin to value the beast. So the beast, in essence, has taken something that is not provided, that is needed, and has seen the benefit in utilizing it in attempting to devour the young. So these families see this person as a savior type of being, because in brokenness, people have not been taught and have not been conditioned to understand that they're the masters of their own fate and that they're able to find a way out of it themselves if they put away the distractions, being the everyday life, working the 9 to 5, trying to pay a mortgage, pay your bills. You're so drunk with that you're not in tune with yourself to be able to eat properly, rest properly, meditate, and balance your life, that the answers to what ails you naturally comes up, because what comes up that is helpful is such a faint little tone. All these other louder tones of trying to, make ends meet overpower that soft little voice that nature has given you to say, look, there's a way out of this, but it won't be easy. So the beast has taken advantage of that vulnerability of not having what you need naturally, that it comes in and it offers you a prime solution, only to have its hand stuck in the back of the offer, and on the other side of the offer is a ravenous wolf that's waiting for you to take a hold and bite this lure so that it can hook you and then take its other appendages and grab onto your child and devour it. Example, you have a single mother who has gone through a situation where they're now single and the other parent is gone. So they need assistance. So you have these children who are very talented and creative. You may have one who is an athlete. So what happens is this beast takes on the shape of a mentor, a coach, and it comes in and it offers support. And this mother feels relieved and bestows trust to this individual when this individual is only using that trust as a mask to be able to devour the child. And so now, even to today, present day, because people are so in search of knowledge and truths to understand that we have been deceived by the systems and the agendas and the masses of this world, that they're out looking for these elixirs, these cures for what ail their ignorance in reference to knowledge. So people want to evolve in knowledge. And because of that, the beast has taken on another evolution, another rotation in the mutation. So now the beast has become the guru, the master teacher, the conscious leader, the Christ of consciousness. Because people are in such dire needs of support in certain areas when it pertains to gaining knowledge and spirituality, that they have taken on this mask, and this now is the lure and the bait. And the beast has gotten to be so, how should I say, masterful of this ability to present these pieces of truths and these elixirs of life and these nuggets and gems of life, that people grab so onto the message of the knowledge and the truth and the spiritual aspect, that they have gotten to the point that when the beast has put out the message, take the message, don't focus on the messenger. The beast of today is known to take that and put it in their own words, and will say, knowing that they have violated you and are attempting to violate your child, they have violated their own children, that they look at you and they say, don't worry about me, the messenger. Is not the message helping you? Is the message not the truth? So now the beast has evolved and mutated to the point that it knows that you're so broken that it can offer you what you will accept as truth, purity, and knowledge when it pertains to spiritual things, that if you bite onto that nugget of being allured, that you will dismiss if he fondles your child. You will dismiss if he fondles his own child. You will dismiss if this beast admits to being perverted. You will admit if the beast reveals to you that it is the beast. People have latched on to this trinket of knowledge and truth that this beast is now offering in this age where it is needed, that they will take this nugget and they will eat it and they will say that it is good, even though the beast is handing it to them. They will denounce the beast. They are so deprived. They are so needy. They are so hungry for what is good for them, that the beast can be apparent without a mask and present to someone who is in need their answer, and they will eat it and say that it is good, but will ignore that it came from the beast itself. That is where we are today, and that is why individuals who are infected with this beast of pedophilia, amongst other faceted aspects of being the beast, that it can be out in the open and reveal that it is the beast. And at times when it becomes so arrogant and brazen, will tell you that it is not a good thing. Will say that I'm not a master teacher. I was pretending. I just wanted to be a guru because I'm so wretched. I'm so evil, I'm so depraved, I'm so perverted. I just thirst being righteous that I had to pretend. And you will hear them say that. You will hear them say that they violate their child, that they will have sex with their spouse while their child is breastfeeding. And then when they're finished having sex, they will allow their child who is present to touch their genital organs right after having a spiritual connection of exchange of these spirits with their wife or this child's mother. And they will do that and say that they're okay, and then explain it and have the masses that understand what exactly going on say something about it. Then they will in turn say, oh no, they didn't mean it like that. And then the person that has latch on to the Lord that they're offering, this wealth of knowledge, this Christ consciousness, that they're so needy and they're so drunk on this answer, like a crackhead. They're spiritual crackheads, that they will denounce that the beast has gotten to them to this point. They will call him master teacher. They will call him chief. They will call him the Christ consciousness. And in all of this, this beast has now acquired concubines that he equates to wives and virtuous women to help and aid with the other aspect of evolution and mutation, is creating many beasts. Not M-A-N-Y beasts, but M-I-N-I. You can like it or not like it. But all the source does not view things and experience things in just our aspect of existence. Do you think that a flesh of a child is born and it just grows up and becomes a beast? No. There are many beasts being birthed today, and you can like it or not like it. And if you're offended because you see all flesh as being innocent, then you've taken the lure and the bait of the beast. And this aspect is to show you how the beast has evolved and mutated up until today. And you, under the sound of my voice, hearing this message, you have a responsibility, not towards what you are lacking. If you're listening and you feel as if these teachers and these gurus and these Christ consciousness have helped you, then take your own words and say, worry about the message and not the messenger. If that's the case and that's true, then take what you have, turn away from this person, this guru, this master. You can't, because you're stuck. If you were not stuck on the hook of being caught, then you would be able to walk away from this individual and say, you know what, you've done too many things that just don't come off right. You know, I'm going to seek this on my own. And even the beast won't allow you to do that, because he needs you in order to do what he does. And that means to kill, steal, destroy the young. Now you a co-conspirator.
And I seen it happen. I didn't want that to happen. They made him ashamed of his body. They showed him that he was naked. I did not want him to know he was naked. I said, son, look here. I didn't even want him to be in a world where he knew he was naked. I wanted my son to be so pure that he never knew he was naked. I take baths with my kids. I'm naked with my kids. I have sex in front of my kids. I never be ashamed of sex. My son be breastfeeding, I'll be making love to his mom. That's me, bruh. That's how I get down around kids. I try to keep their purity. I don't want to take their purity away by covering myself up. They're going to be ashamed and cover themselves up. And I'm pure at heart. So you can think in your mind, if I let another kid here, I'm going to have to change the way I am so that your kid could be comfortable around me. No, I'm going to be naked as fuck in front of your kids. My son comes up and grabs my penis. I let him grab my penis. I had sex with his mom. I'm making love to his mother. After I'm done, I'm laying there chilling. He grabbed my penis. and he's playing with my penis. I let that happen. I say, yeah, look, you got one too. And he laughing, and the moment is over. It's pure. And if I do that with somebody else's kids, and you see how people turned on me over here? You see how people turn on me? Bro, I'm real human, bro. Yeah, that's weird. That's how I'm with my son. My son try to be, oh, daddy, don't cover up nothing. So we naked in front of each other. We not naked inside clothes. What the fuck is you talking about?